What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey. And today we're going to talk about this NBA playoff Western Conference Finals Game 5 matchup between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right, so this game will be played at 8:30 p.m. East Coast time. Line has had some movement on it. All right, you can get it some places. Dallas +5, Dallas +5.5. Some places Dallas +4.5. Over under, some places 209.5, some places 210. All right. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this matchup. What's been going on between these two teams? All right. So the Dallas Mavericks will be hoping to bounce back in this one after missing out on a chance to close out the series in a 105-100 loss to the Timberwolves in Game 4 on Tuesday. Luka Doncic did have a triple-double, 28, 15, and 10. And Kyrie added in 16 points. But we'll get to all those statistics and stuff like that in a minute, man. Because Minnesota had to come out swinging to avoid getting swept, and they just did enough just to get the job done. I didn't know whether or not they were going to win last game, so I instructed you guys. I said you could always take the points. I wouldn't take Minnesota money line. I said I would take the points, and I said I would take Dallas money line, and I also said I liked Minnesota's team total over last game, guys. So we all ain't always right all the time, man. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the information is here for a purpose and for a reason. It's for you guys to be able to take it in and hopefully be able to capitalize on it. All right, so let's go over just how this series is matched up so far. Game 1, Dallas won 108-105, in Minnesota. Minnesota won the first quarter 33-27. They lost the second quarter 32-29, and Dallas just continued to beat them up for the rest of the game. They beat them third quarter 23-21, beat them the fourth quarter 26-22 for a 108-105 finish. Luka had 33 on 12 of 26 shooting, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. This is the game Jaden McDaniels led the team in points with 24 points on 9 of 15. Minnesota did shoot 42.7% from the field in this game, whereas Dallas shot 49.4%. Minnesota had 3-point advantage. They shot 36.7% from 3, whereas Dallas shot putrid 24% from 3. Minnesota won the turnover battle. Minnesota only had 10 turnovers to Dallas's 13 turnovers. But when you lose the rebound battle, 48-40, which is what Minnesota did, they lost the rebound battle, 48-40, you lose the game. Plain and simple. All right. It doesn't matter how bad the other team shoots from 3 when you can't get them off the glass. All right. Now let's look at game 2. Game 2, kind of a lot of the same thing, man. Final score was 109-108. Dallas won. Dallas lost the first quarter, 26-32. All right. Dallas lost the second quarter. So Minnesota came out and won the second quarter, 28-22. Then Dallas did what they do. They tightened up in the second half. Dallas won that third quarter, 31-26, and then won the fourth quarter, 30-22, for a 109-108 finish. All right, this is another 32-point, 10 of 23 shooting, 7 of 7 from the free throw line game for Luka. Naz Reid did lead the team with 23 points, 8 of 13 from the field with 0 free throws. Dallas shot 48.8% from the field, whereas Minnesota shot 41.2%. Dallas shot 38.7% from 3, and so did Minnesota. Dallas only had 10 turnovers to Minnesota's 9 turnovers. But Dallas once again won that rebounding battle 44-40. All right. So when you look at what happened in Game 3, Game 3 was played in Dallas. In the first quarter, Dallas won the first quarter 33-28. Second quarter, 27-24 Dallas. Third quarter, Minnesota decided to march back and won 35-27. But then in the fourth quarter, man, they just laid down. got outscored 29-20 for a 116-107 victory for the Dallas Mavericks in that game. And Edwards finally did lead the team in scoring in this game. He was 26 points, 11 for 24 from the field, 4 or 6 from the free throw line. And Luka had 33 points again, 10 of 20 from the field, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Both these teams shot outstanding from the field goal percentage wise. Minnesota shot 50.6%, while Dallas shot 55.9%. Dallas did come out and shoot 50% from three though, and when you shoot 50% from three, you just really can't lose, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, because Minnesota did shoot 30% from three. Minnesota won the turnover battle, 10-14. And they won the rebounding battle. But when a team is shooting 50% from three, it's just like impossible. You're not going to win that game. You're just not going to win that game. That was not your game to win, and they didn't win it. Okay? So, game 4, all right, was just the other night. Okay? And Minnesota won 105-100. All right? Now, Minnesota came out, punched them in the mouth in the first quarter, 27-22. Then Dallas punched back in the second quarter, won that second quarter, 29-22. Then the third quarter, Minnesota did what they're supposed to do. They scored 29 points to Dallas's 24 points. And in the fourth quarter, they both finished with 27 points. So it ended on a 105-100 victory for Minnesota. Luka missed some key free throws in that game. I mean, key free throws in that game to be able to try to tie it up at the end of the game, and actually, yeah, because it was a 3-pointer, so it was and they would have still been down by 1 point, I believe. But nonetheless, he still needed to make that make that free throw, and he didn't make it at the end of the game, man. So. Oh, man. So Minnesota shot 52.7% from the field, whereas Dallas shot 42% from the field. Minnesota shot 45.8% from three, whereas Dallas came out and didn't do anything from three. They only shot 35% from three, which you would expect them to cool off after the game they had prior to this game. All right. And then Minnesota lost the turnover battle 15-14. And Minnesota won the rebounding battle 40-38. So they're only out rebounding them by 2 rebounds, guys. But that's shooting 52% from the field and 45.8% from three is what did this for them. Okay? Now, this also happened because of a key cog not being out there on the court. And that key cog that was out on the court for that game, the last game, is Derek Lively. Okay? And he's still questionable, guys. All right, now he was listed as out earlier today. I've kind of been trying to hold off on doing this video to the last second so I can see what was going on with Derek Lively, to be honest with you. And he's still dealing with that neck sprain, and they're saying it's unknown if he'll suit up for Thursday's game against the Timberwolves. But I'm telling you right now, if he ain't out there, then I don't think they can win. Derek Lively is key cog, like I told y'all last video. He keeps the glass clean. He keeps them from exploiting the paint, and he's actually live on a lot of those lob dunks that they've been doing with the pick and roll down there for Dallas. So I mean, he is very important on creating space for guys like Kyrie and Luka coming off that pick. But I don't know, man. Like, if he ain't out there, guys, it could be a problem. Okay, now Luka is also questionable, hampered by the left ankle soreness, and it's uncertain if he'll play in Thursday night's game. He also still has that sprained right knee as well. All right, and Mike Conley is questionable with the Achilles. He's hampered by the Achilles injury, and it's yet to be established if he will face the Mavericks in the game tonight. That's also key cog. If Mike Conley ain't out there, it's a L. It's a L, because you got to have more than Ant Edwards out there handling the ball for him. Plain and simple. He's just not. He has to have someone else out there to help him handle the ball. He can't just be him, guys. All right. Now, as far as what happened after the game and what was said after the game, Luka and Kyrie pretty much put it on themselves. Luka says he thinks the game's on him. He just didn't give enough energy, whereas Kyrie said a lot of it's on me. Okay, and I had spurts. We had spurts, but I've got to put in a full 48 minutes of a game together if we expect to make it to the championship. And he's right. He is completely right about that. Just same way Chris Finch is right about this doesn't change the complexion of the series. He says we got to go win again. Plain and simple. That's just what it is. And as far as talking about Cat, he says Cat is a great player. His struggles were not going to last forever. He got himself going. Even when he got deep in foul trouble, we left him out there. And that's true. He did. He got in some heck of a foul trouble, which I thought was going to keep him out the game until the last couple seconds. And Finch actually put him back in, man. And he didn't foul anybody, which was very surprising. But then again, Scott Foster was officiating that game. So, call it how you want to with that. So in the last 10 times these two teams are matched up, they're 5-5 against each other. Dallas has the lead, of course, against the spread. It's 6-4 against the spread, and it's been 4 to the over, 6 to the under in the last 10 times they've played each other. They've played 3 straight overs prior to this last game, going under the 211. Now, when you look at how Dallas has been playing just overall in their last total 10 games, they're 7-3 against the straight up, 6-4 against the spread, and 5 to the over, 5 to the under in their last 10. Whereas Minnesota is 4-6 in their last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, and 6 to the over, 4 to the under, guys. So as you can see, Minnesota has just been struggling in their last 10 games. Those last 10 games have been against Dallas and Denver, okay? But at the end of the day, those 3 L's that they've caught in this series so far is really messing up their record, and really messing up what you're looking at statistically as far as how they have been playing. It shows you a lack of consistency, guys. Situationally, right? In the playoffs, all right, Dallas is 11-5 straight up, whereas Minnesota's 9-6 straight up. All right, as a home favorite on the season, including the playoffs, all right, Minnesota is 30-14, whereas as an away underdog, Dallas is 10-14. That's the straight up numbers. Now against the spread is a little bit different. Okay, on the playoffs against the spread, Dallas is 10-6, whereas Minnesota's 9-6 against the spread, and as a home favorite on the season, including in the playoffs, Minnesota is 17-25-2. Yes, 17-25-2. All right, at home as a home favorite. All right, now as an away underdog, Dallas is 13-11 against the spread. All right, those are key numbers because it shows you inconsistency all season long. Even though Minnesota wins as a home favorite, like I said, they're straight up 30-14. They don't cover as a home favorite. 17-25-2. All right, those are key numbers, guys. All right, now when you look at over/under, in the playoffs, Dallas is 8-8, and Minnesota is 9 to the over, 6 to the under. All right, as a home favorite, okay, playoff and in season, Minnesota is 21 to the over, 22 to the under with 1 push, whereas Dallas, as an away underdog, is 11 to the over, 12 to the under with 1 push. All right, now the next thing you want to look at when you talk about these two teams, you kind of want to talk about that how they've been playing in the last 3 games. In the last 3 games, Dallas is averaging 108.3 points per game, whereas Minnesota's averaging 106.7 points per game. Remember, this line is set right now at 209. All right, so that means that the team totals are Timberwolves over 105.5 and Mavs over 101.5. I'm not gonna lie, I probably could rock with that Mavs over 101.5, but definitely looking at other things first. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this off real quick, guys. All right, so The Mavericks have won each of their last 4 playoff games as road underdogs. Timberwolves have lost 4 of their last 5 playoff games as home favorites. The Mavs have covered the spread in each of their last 9 Thursday games, and the Timberwolves have failed to cover the spread in each of their last 5 home games against Southwestern Division opponents, guys. Uh, I mean, there's not really a lot more to say than if Mike Conley's out, all right, and he ain't out there, it's a wrap. And I could anticipate this line would move in the Mavs' favor. So I'm pretty sure he's going to play. But Derek Lively also he's also the key cog, and if he ain't out there, that's a problem. All right. But what am I looking at right now? I like the Mavs plus the points. And I am leaning towards the game going under again just because of the fact of the Derek Lively and his impact on the game, and just how sorry Timberwolves offense is at home, guys. Like at home, just on the season and into the playoffs, they only average 111.3 points per game. Uh, Yeah, but Dallas plays a lot better on the road. Like I told you, Dallas on the road, guys, just regular road record, they're 31-18. Okay, that's including the playoffs. All right, Minnesota does kind of the same thing. They're a better team on the road than they are at home too. On the home, yeah, yeah. So definitely rocking with the Mavs plus the points, and not sure on that over under. Probably gonna take it under the 210, guys. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. I hope this information helps you. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. I'm gonna see you at the window. Peace.